The stream is live.
Yes. The kickoff will begin, but we have few minutes, so let's see. No viewers yet. Live. So actually, how many minutes do we have yet? 1 minute to go?
Yes, couple minutes.
And even if there are no viewers, then we will record it, and everyone, right now actually it's recording, so we will start anyway after a few minutes.
I presume you're going to edit it a little bit.
So,
Couple minutes.
and even if there are no viewers, then mute it, please. So actually, I think we should soon begin the conversation. So I can see that there are few viewers already. We can see Laura. I can't see
Laura from Lithuania. Yeah.
Now we have 5 viewers, so let's count until 10. If there are no 10 viewers, then well. So.
And I see we already have a question, which is really nice. Thank you, Laura, for your question. We'll definitely answer to this question shortly.
Oh, this is good question. Yesterday we discussed it in the international board meeting also. Liina, could you please mute it?
Yes.
So it's soon going to be 10, and then we will officially start with all the new information that is waiting for all the members. So, but actually, let's do like this. Let's start. So, welcome. This is the kickoff of Baltic Interim Managers Association. And we are so happy that all the viewers who are joining have taken the time to listen what we have to say. And the main points that we will cover today during the 45 minutes are who is interim, then we have like what is waiting for interim members ahead next year and during the years. And then we will talk about our mission, our vision. But first of all, let's start with the introduction. So I'm Triin, one of the board members of Baltic Interim Members Association. We have also Graham from UK. He will briefly introduce himself soon. Then board member from Lithuania, Neringa, and the Liina board member from Estonia. But I think it's really good to start actually with Graham, because you are the most experienced interim manager of all of us. So just start telling us who is the interim manager and what is your experience.
Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you, Triin. Just to start, my background in interim is a lengthy one, and it came about probably in the way that it does for most people, which is not the most recommended way, is that I had to make a decision on leaving the corporate world. Because of a reorganization, I was offered a severance package, which I took, and then I had to make a decision as to what I wanted to do. So interim for me was a forced choice, but I think as time has gone on, interim has become more of a career decision that people make. And I've been fortunate in my career in that through my network, I have managed to obtain interim positions with businesses such as Nestle, such as Twinings, such as Weight Watchers, such as HK Scan, big businesses with roles that I found interesting, found stimulating, and really enjoyed. So what would I say? What is interim? Interim is their mindset. Interim is making the decision that you're not going to be with one organization forever. And it's a different mindset to what our father's generation had and their father's generation had, where it was jobs for life and you get a clock at the end of 50 years and thank you very much and off you go. I think people want a lot more control of their own careers, and I think they want to be able to decide what they do and who they do it with.
And can you also explain what's the difference between interim and provider? Because there has been so many discussions around it. Who is provider? Who is interim? And also fractional is used also. So some people are using Baltics, the other word. Actually, interim comes from UK and Europe, and fractional comes from US.
I think that a lot of the definitions tend to blur a little bit, and there are a lot of words that are used for interim, and freelance is another one, which I know is not one you're overly fond of, Triin, but that freelance, gig economy, fractional, provider, and they're all kinds of different types of temporary rather than permanent employment. But for interim, it's about a fixed role to do a fixed job in a fixed period of time with clear outcomes and clear results, whereas a provider tends to be somebody who will do a job for you. So the example I use is the one when you want your roof fixed on your house, and when you want your roof fixed on your house, you get a contractor in who will look at it, survey it, tell you what needs to be done, provide the work, bring in the workers to do the job and finish the job off. If it's to specification, you'll pay them and move on. A provider would be somebody who turns up just to do the job.
So basically what we're talking about, these C-level managers who have at least 5+ year experience working with other companies, and they have the knowledge to do it like for a short period of time. But as we have discussed before, then sometimes interims work for 3 months, sometimes they work for 3 years. So we don't know what is the time frame. But let's continue now with actually Liina. Liina is the idea. Liina got the idea 5 years ago, and maybe you can introduce yourself and tell where did the idea came from to build this organization, non-profit organization.
Yes, hello everyone, and thank you for being here. Yes, the idea started to grow 5-6 years ago. Me and Liina, we formed our own interim company. And at first, the idea was that to just develop our own company and bring in more interim managers and gather them under one roof. But now, after 5 years, I have seen the market, and I feel that the Baltic market, it's not ready yet for interim managers. Definitely, there are companies who are already using interim managers, but when we approach a new company, we often get the answer that we want someone who's in our team. And then we start again. So the interim manager is in your team, like really in your team. And this is now one of my goals and BAIA's goal, that to actually knowledge the fact what is interim manager, and to basically teach companies to take in this kind of cooperation.
And now let's move to Lithuania, because BAI means Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, future also most probably Finland. Just like yesterday we had INIMA board meeting. What is INIMA? This is International Interim Managers Association, with whom we are connected, and we are participating in all the board members. So networking in the future is amazing. But Lithuania, Neringa, could you please talk about you and our mission?
Well, I'll start with the background. How did I get interested in this idea in general when you, Triin, came up to me with this concept of the interim association in the Baltics? First of all, I thought, the Baltics, we are very dynamic region shaped by constant change. We had like a lot of economic transitions, technology shifts. We had the global political challenges and still have them in place. So and basically that makes us to adapt really fast. It means to change really fast, and we managed to do that very, very successful. We actually, within this independence period of 25 years, we developed really, really strong leaders who can adjust fast and make strategic moves, because that's how we lived. That's what was about our 25 years of independence. And actually, when I connected this, our skill as a region that comes naturally from how do we live, I understand that that's our advantage. And that's very much correlates with an idea of what interim management is in general. Interim manager, interim CEOs, interim marketing managers, or whatever. So, because basically those are the people that make transition and transformation really, really fast and are result oriented. So it's organic, it's natural for Baltics, and we have developed definitely to do that. That's one reason why it resonated with me, the idea. Another idea was why I saw that, yeah, it's a good time. We had this complex in Baltics, believing that maybe we are not the best. Maybe we are still, far to go. Maybe United States are much more ahead of the Baltics and etc. But what they've seen recently, working for 20 years with the businesses, that actually the Baltic businesses already in some sectors are no longer just emerging like markets, are no longer just emerging sectors. In some sectors, like let's say digitalization, lasers, especially in Lithuania, biotechnology, and etc. We've been already ahead to compare with the many European countries, which makes us, really strong competence center in some particular areas. And if we have this already, we definitely have to share this. We have to share with the other countries. We have to share this competence between our Baltic countries to get advantage of that and to move our region forward. So that's two ideas, basically, very well resonated for me, that's a right time to do that, and we have to do that in the Baltics, because that's a given for the Baltics, interim as a concept. And from that, it made me thinking what I'd like as a board member to bring to this association. And I came up basically with the three pillar ideas. First of all, I'd like, and I'll do my best with this interim association to educate market. What do I mean by educate the market? I mean to promote awareness and clarity what actually it is and how it's working. What's the difference, as just Graham was discussing? What's the difference between contracting, freelancers, and other models of working, and actually to promote this idea and to show its advantages. Also, on the other side, not just to educate the community as such, but educate decision makers who decide to hire interims and who decide to move this interim resources as a business model in general. Because I see in this examples in Baltics, and they really are, the companies are really advanced in this, so that's a good place to share this know-how and to work on that further. So that was one pillar. Another pillar, how do we see our mission and direction, and basically my goal that I'd like to work on is raising the quality bar. What I mean by that is that I'd really like this association, Baltic Interim Association, to empower top talent, to ensure the opportunities for them to get more visibility and to pursue the interim style career. So another thing is that which very much correlates with this empowering and visibility. We have definitely to set a high standard of what good interim practice means. So I really believe, and what I'd like to achieve within a couple of years, that if the interim is part of this community, part of the Baltic Interim Association, actually that reflects the highest standard of leadership and professionalism. That's basically my really sincere belief and goal, what I'd be like to work on. And the third direction that I see is I'd like this community to become the platform for synergy and knowledge sharing. As already mentioned by you, Triin, we are International Interim Managers Association, part of this community, of international one. And there is definitely a lot of know-how. There is a lot of experience and best practices that we can take from, have an opportunity to take from. So I'd like this platform to become this know-how sharing. Also, another thing, we have really experienced managers already across the Baltics. So I do really believe that we'll work on the formats that help to foster collaboration between the members, to share the know-how, experience, and maybe if there is a challenge, just to work together on this particular challenge, just to make sure that the Interim Association provides the best solutions and the best quality in general. So kind of to build a community. Well, also facilitate sharing. So I'd like us also to work and to educate in general about each other, to educate about how to make transitions within organizations, how to improve processes, and how to improve organizational change. Because I believe all of us are true experts in some particular area. Is it IT? Is it HR? Is it finance or whatever? But those things between lines, like the processes, like leadership and change management, is something that we all of us need. So I really believe that our focus will be also working on that topic together and taking our competence to the next level that ensures simply the best transformations within organizations and better results. So basically, that's how do I see, and that's basically where we all agree on. That could be our way to move. There's still a lot to do. We just starting the process, kicking off. We'll definitely come up with the actual points, events, formats, how we will work on that. But that's the direction that we wanted today to share with you. And to inspire to join, because a lot of good things ahead.
Thank you, Neringa. So just to wrap it up, we will gather all the Baltic bright minds under one roof who are the C-level managers, and what we offer are different events, face-to-face events, networking globally, and of course, seminars to upgrade your knowledge in the interim area. So I think now it's really good time. I know that you have question how to become a member. We will talk about it in a minute. But first of all, it would be really great if Graham, who is the keynote speaker in the first seminars session, will now introduce what kind of events are ahead. And one other thing, in February and in March, there are international interim gatherings, but more information later. So Graham, stage is yours.
Very exciting, Triin, very exciting. And I think Neringa has given a very, very clear definition of where we're going, what the role is, and so on. And in there, she spoke about educating the marketplace and broadening knowledge of interim, and that's what we intend to do with the seminars. And so we're going to start off talking to industry, talking to HR managers, CEOs, etc., about what is interim, how big is it in the United States, in the UK, how do people work it in the United States and the UK? Because I think what it entails is a change in mindset, as I said earlier, and I think it depends on adjusting your mindset as leaders and becoming more coaches than managers, and enabling people to take responsibility more for their own actions, whether that be in a fully employed situation or in an interim situation, putting that person in charge of what they do. So what you would call a devolved leadership model, which then the interim can fit into and move out of seamlessly. Added to that, and to all the other real opportunities for the Baltics area, we're in an age of digital transformation at the moment. And the pace at which digital is transforming is amazing. And it's one that not one individual can keep up with. And so there is a real role for interim management in terms of bringing in the expertise on what digital can do and will do for your business, and how to use it, implement it. And then there's no more role for that person because they've brought in AI or a process that you can use automatically that you don't need a person to do. So there's a whole lot of changes, as I say, in mindset and approach that are driven by the desire to actually become more efficient and better equipped for the 21st century, and hiring what you would call a multitasked operation is probably a key part of that. And the successful organizations that we've worked with, or that I've worked with in the US and in the Far East, are all about this transformation of mindset and building an integrated structure where interims fit in alongside as part of the team with the ongoing team members who have an equally valuable role. So it's all about culture, mindset, transition, digital, all of it, and the timing is absolutely perfect right now.
So, but maybe you can explain more what kind of seminars are waiting us ahead, and how is the seminar structure built up?
Okay, well, the first two are, as I say, designed for industry, and the first one is to give that real global overview of where we are and what the key trends are, and the way that the sort of international thinkers are seeing that the market is going to develop over the next 5 to 10 years. Then the second one of those is to look more closely at the Baltics and to look at industry and exactly how do you implement interims, what's the processes that you need, where are we equipped, and as part of the package, we will include a half-hour one-to-one with any HR managers that want to talk specifically about their organization but don't want to necessarily share it in a seminar format.
So the seminars will begin on the 26th of November, but more information is on our webpage. But this is not the main topic today. So what else comes with, what else would you gain if you are a member of a BIA? So first of all, you will get, of course, a badge or a sticker that you can put on your LinkedIn page that shows that you are a qualified member of BIA. And for sure, there are questions like, am I good for being the member of BIA? Then maybe it's good if Liina, you can explain like who is welcome to our association.
Well, yes, we would like to get like first impression what kind of project you worked. So first of all, yeah, we want that the members have already experience. Like we said, 5+ years is one requirement. And after we have received the CV, then we will have like one-to-one meeting just to get to know you and to discuss some of the projects and so on. So it's not a too difficult road to become a member.
And if we're talking about the different fields where interims are working, then we're talking about marketing, sales, finance, IT,
Yes.
all the different.
Yeah. So we are not like only marketing or sales oriented. All managers, whatever field you are in, are welcome.
Exactly. And maybe Neringa, you have something to add, who are waiting to become like members of our association?
Yeah, a couple of things. I think one of them is I missed going through this vision of and what we are going to do there. One is really exciting thing. Just Liina mentioned that there will be a careful. The process will of application and admitting these applications to become the members, which is really important, and which will be a first step towards building at least 300 interim community, which are really highly qualified and could really be trustworthy. So that's the beginning of a really big ambition that we are aiming for. Another thing which is really important, because what is good interim and how we'll evaluate those applications comes from this international association that we are part of, and we are going through this process of certification. So some benchmarks, guidelines, and the things are coming from that. So basically, all the interims that will be part of this community will fit basically the criteria of international Interims Association. What is good thing that I really missed mentioning, and we have already a couple of examples to share, then this platform will be, this community will be also the platform for interim visibility, for better presence. And we just had an example, and Triin, you shared with us, once we just launched a website, we got requests from Finland, right? Isn't it? Yeah, could you please?
It was from Sweden. So they were looking, a company was looking for financial interim. So, and this is now really important that on BIA is non-profit association where we are all equal. When we get in an inquiry, it will be sent out to all of the people whom the company is looking. There is no for example, if right now we are the board member, then we are not the ones who are going to do it at first. So the main thing is to remember that we are all equal, and this is an association where we want to exchange information. There are going to be surveys, international surveys, local surveys, and of course now we can talk about the next events. So first of all, we have the seminar package, which Graham is leading. Then in the beginning of the year, there is gathering in, Liina, remind me, was it in Switzerland or Austria?
Yes, in the end of February, there is a conference in Switzerland. And on the 5th of March, there is a conference in Poland.
Yeah, and then of course I got the question before that do we have live face-to-face gatherings? Then yes, springtime we are organizing a BIA gathering. We don't know yet in which location, but you will be informed for sure. So these are like the main points. But maybe Graham, do you have something to add, or we will go to the questions now? You are on mute. We were just talking about if we have technical things. First one, yay!
Yeah, Graham was on mute. I did that to stop my coughing coming across, but there we are. No, there's not a lot to add other than it's a really exciting time. It's a package that should help everybody to get in a good place to deal with interims going forward. I think it's a movement that is going to continue. I think the world is wanting to have the choices, both from an employer and an employee point of view, of what they do, when they do it, how they do it. And I think interim is a critical part of that. And I think it's one of those things that you don't really want to be left behind by not knowing what it's about or not knowing how to implement it. I think you need to at least become informed, become knowledgeable, and then make a decision as to how you can include interim in the development of your business.
Yeah, thank you. Really nicely said. So, but let's go to the questions. Oh, first of all, right now you can see a lot of female faces and only one guy. But in the international board, there is only one German lady and all the other ones beside us are guys. So it was really interesting yesterday. But it's vice versa in the Baltic, it seems, that females are more active, or we just are like the fastest ones. But Neringa, you wanted to add something? No?
Yeah, I wanted to add that one of the projects that we'll be working on in the quite beginning is to help recruiters, to help HR to recruit interims. So we'll be working basically on the standard, but is a good contract agreement, and how to put the expectations for the interim based on this international practice that we have coming from this international association coming from Kerham. So basically that will be a really valuable tool. And I do really believe that this could become a benchmark of how do we hire those best interims in the market. So that's really important. So stay tuned. And even though it will not be a part of this membership, keep in mind that we'll have this one shortly, and feel free to use it whenever you will need it.
And now let's take some questions. So first of all, what I can see is how the interim market looks in the Baltics. From my perspective, it's new. It's just like starting, and I think the boom will be in few years. But Liina and Neringa, you can add insights from your side also.
Yes, like I said earlier, that there are definitely companies who are using interims and who know exactly how the system works. But I would say more companies haven't heard, and we need to basically educate the market still. From yesterday's international meeting, we got comment that we are, let's say, 5 years behind of the, for example, Swiss market. So they were there 5 years ago before COVID, where we start now. So not too far away, I would say. But and as we are very quick, so let's say it's in 2 years' time we are there.
So Neringa?
Yeah, in the Baltics, I think that was not that popular as a term, interim or fractional. But the concept as such, it's live. It's been there for a while, and that's how some people actually work. I'm really happy that the first signs of taking this as a direction to move on was like recently established fractional marketing managers association. That's very it's small community, unites only marketing specialists, but it's really nice. And basically that's about the same goal. As I believe, I'm not sure about the activities and about the international aspects of the associations, but yes, that's great that in Lithuania we already have first steps here. So as we are moving really fast in the Baltics to compare with the rest of Europe, I'm sure that it will take less than 2 years to get to the position that the other associations mentioned just for you, Liina, recently yesterday.
So now we got the really good question, mainly for, I think, Graham. This is for you. What is the main obstacle or barrier for business leads not to hire interims? What's the main reason?
The main reason is probably fear of the unknown, and I think it's about leadership mindset, as I say, and I think if you adapt the mindset that your interims are part of your team, as Liina said earlier, and they're very much integral to what you do, and you adapt the contract, as Neringa was talking about, to actually fit your needs, then I think there is less to be concerned about. I think part of the concern is about do we get as good quality as we get if we bring somebody in, train them for 3 months to 6 months, and the answer is if you get the right interim, you do, because one of the best bits of advice that I ever had as an interim is always work down a level. So if you've worked as a sales director, which I did for a while, there's no reason why you can't be an effective and really cool interim manager as a senior national account manager. If you work at a level down from where you're most experienced, then you've got much more value to add. And I think so in recruitment of senior managers, that's a key thing to look for. And I think people are just a little bit afraid. They trust their own recruitment processes to bring good people in, but they're a little bit afraid of the turnover and the what am I going to get for my investment.
And what usually happens is actually when the interim is hired, then it's not like for short period of time, but usually it's a long term. What has happened for me and mostly with you also. So, but the barrier also is companies are afraid that they want usually really committed employees in general, and then they might be afraid that, hey, the interim is leaving, but the interim has really specific task that he or she needs to do in the company. So this actually is not the barrier that we also we would like to educate the companies regarding interim hiring process also. And yeah,
and we will talk about that in some detail in the course of the seminars. Because it's a key factor within the whole thing is learning to take the trust, to be able to take the leap and say, actually, this is good for my business. I am going to do it, and being confident in doing that. And I guess we're the safety net. We're the safety net.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to remind actually that on the 26th of November, when we have this first seminar, we also have a panel discussion where there will be HR managers who hired interim, so they could share their experience about these frustrations and fears and everything. And from another side, we'll have the people who worked as an interim, so they could share their perspective as well. So that will be a really nice first kickoff event about that include your expertise, Graham, and some panel discussion with people from both sides.
Exactly. And
yes, I would just add a couple of comments regarding the barriers, what I've seen. One is this benefit package that the company is offering. So they don't know how to offer it then. That's again for the seminar that we are discussing the contract, what there should be and how it should be written, so that you actually feel that you are part of the team and you get the benefits. And another thing, what is one crucial thing for me I want to discuss openly is that the managers or the CEOs who are hiring interims, the internal communication with the team has to be really open. Why interim manager is taken in? It's not because she or he will take somebody's job away. So this is a crucial issue, that the internal communication has to be on spot, and everybody should know why and for how long.
Exactly. Good point. Like I have experienced that one too, that when I step into a company, then some people are afraid that, oh, she's going to take the job. No, I help you. So, but I really like, Olga, your question. Can you please comment on the difference between international and regional association membership? Really good one. We haven't talked about it. Good point. International association gathers only local association under its roof. You can't be like, I can't just go to international association and be the member of it, because international association only has local associations or like Baltics or regional associations under their roof. Really good one. We didn't explain the main point in the beginning, so bad preparation.
Also, I think what we need to add that based on this statute of this international association, only one certified association that working alongside with the same standards could be established in the Baltics, and we are really lucky to be the only ones and the first ones. So yeah, congratulations to us.
So, and actually our time is running up, and now it's time just to like go through the step how to become a member. But first of all, if you have any questions, just comment it under the LinkedIn video or direct message us to Graham, Liina, or Neringa or me, and then we will answer it today or tomorrow. And how to become a member for this section, it's super easy. You will just go to our webpage, balticinterim.com. You will fill out the form. You can see it under the membership, email, phone, and then also like your CVI. You can add your CVI, or you can email it to our info@balticinterim.com email, but you can find all the information on the webpage. But we got another question. How you make sure interim manager fits the team? I mean, personality level, values, leadership, style match, and so on. Again, really good question. Not all of the interims are meant for every team, and this is really important for the company to like feel the match, like personality match. But Graham, how do you comment it?
I think that pretty much matches your normal HR recruitment process. You have your own culture, your own person specification for the role, and I think recruiting an interim manager for that is really good. One of the big advantages for both an interim manager and the employer, however, is if you do get it wrong, it's a very short period of time to get it right again. In that the contract generally can be terminated quicker and less painfully than a full-time permanent contract. Mm-hmm. But we don't like to look at it that way. We like to look at it the positive way. Is actually you generally get an interim manager who can over-deliver and who will work to be part of the team. Because one of the key things for interim managers is that they do their utmost to fit in with the team that they're working with.
Any other comments to add?
No, I would just say that, like Graham said, that it's same as any other recruitment, but I feel that, or what I would say, that you already feel whether you have the chemistry or the same DNA within, couple of minutes. Basically, that's my experience. So, and of course, that's why the other projects or the experience is important for us, that the interim manager has already worked in different projects with different teams. She has the references and everything. So I'd say that gives also a positive feedback.
So now it's time for final words. Oh, that sounded a bit sad. But anyway, so to wrap it up, our final words, let's go now. Anyhow, so to wrap it up, then all the information needed is on our webpage. We are here for you to answer directly, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you can find us. And then if you are accepted to the if you have the experience and you are accepted, then there is a yearly fee for becoming a member. And if you step into the interim association this year, it's 179 euros, but starting next year it's 249. This money will not go into our pockets. This is for us to educate the companies, for us to grow together and to network, to build up, to create all the events and so on. So from my side, thank you all who were watching us and sending us the questions. We are there for you. So Neringa.
Thank you. I'm very excited about what's ahead. I truly believe that we build a very powerful community there. So please join us and let's build it together. We are really welcome to hear your ideas, because we are just basically shaping the association. So please be active, not only in applications, but also on sharing your ideas and views how we could move forward together. So thanks. It was a pleasure, and see you soon.
Liina?
Well, yes, I won't repeat Neringa's words, but yes, I'm also really excited, and just, be open and ask questions.
And let's the man of the day wrap it up.
Last but not least, No, I am really looking forward to getting involved with the development of the association. Looking forward to meeting a whole lot of people on the seminars, and looking forward to helping you guys to make this the association that you really want it to be.
So thank you all, and hopefully see you soon. And bye, everyone. Have an awesome Thursday.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.